Hey there, welcome to episode 5 of Tribe. In this episode, I'll be talking to my friend Stalin. Stalin is one of the people that inspires me the most, and he's also part of the reason why this podcast even started. Stalin currently has a car dealership business, so if you ever need a car, there you go. Tell him I sent you. No, I'm kidding. Or sure, why not? But in this episode, you can expect a lot of entrepreneurship, ideas, skills, trials and tribulations from his experiences. And yeah, it's honestly a very, very, very heavy episode. So I recommend you stick around for everything. It starts a little slow, but it picks up. Trust me. So without further ado, I welcome you to one of the people that inspires me the most, Stalin. I know he will inspire you as well. Enjoy.
First of all, I think the first thing is you told me, and I know you, and I know that you said that you're very shy.
Yeah.
But I want to challenge that, and I want to really contradict it.
Okay.
Because I don't really believe that you're shy. I think you just go to the wrong audiences. So I think if you were talking to your people, to your tribe, they would understand you more and they would bring out the butterfly within you to say. So I
Okay.
think that some people talk to different people that don't really speak their language, but if you spoke to people that spoke your language, you would be much more expressive.
That's true.
So I want this to be a platform for you to speak your language and to be able to get more people that are listening or watching to hit you up and connect with you, and then bring out that shyness away from you and bring out the more expressive side of you. That's how I see it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yes. Because a lot of the time, different people, they surround themselves, or maybe they don't willingly surround themselves. Maybe their family just doesn't really speak their language, so they rely on different groups of people that have some sort of similarities, but not exactly there. And that influences their actions.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I want to introduce you. So, you are Stalin. What are you? How would you describe yourself?
First of all, an entrepreneur. All my life entrepreneur, because I come from a family that everyone basically is entrepreneur, from my grandparents to my parents and everyone basically. That's the only thing I know since I have been, in this country and also my country in Ecuador. So
Nice.
besides that, just someone that likes to surround around good people
Nice.
with a lot of dreams. And
Yeah.
I'm a dreamer. I'm not a dreamer, man.
That's beautiful, dude. I love how you say you're a dreamer, because that's when I was making the biography for Tribe, I was putting entrepreneur, creator, leaders, and dreamers. And at the end of like writing all of that, I decided to take out all of them and just leave dreamer, because I feel like dreamer encapsulated all of them in one.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So I love that you say that. I feel like that's an affirmation that I did the right choice by doing that.
Yeah. Someone really, basically, someone really obsessed with constantly improving.
Nice.
That's the most important part, I think.
Huh. That reminds me of a lot of like Steve Jobs. I don't know if you've read the Steve Jobs book with by Isaac Newton.
No.
No. I should give you that. That's a great gift. He talks about like how he always wanted to push innovation in terms of design and how it was gonna improve humanity, and he didn't care about the cost of it or like the time of it. He just needed it to improve humanity in some way, and that's why iPhone became so successful, because they really tried to break the boundaries of what was in their bubble.
Elon.
Exactly. Elon Musk is another one. Have you read or like watched? I'm sure you've watched a lot of things from Elon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very inspirational. It's
Mm-hmm.
very smart, man.
Yes, I'm currently listening to his book, and he talks about how there were so many government control rules when it comes to cars that he would always question, like, well, why do I need this? And he would tell his people, like, no, just remove it. Even if it's government control, just remove it. And it's crazy because those type of people are the ones that push the boundaries and really create innovation and really affect humanity as a whole. So, going into cars, that's your topic.
Yeah.
Perfect that you mentioned Elon.
Okay.
So, I want to start off by hearing about your childhood, about where you were born, your childhood, who you were raised with, and all these things. Anything?
Oh, I'm Ecuadorian, so I come from a small city it's called Cuenca. Yeah, I was raised with my parents. I always live with my parents and all my family. As I said, everyone is entrepreneurs. They all sell and had a lot of kind of business, not just one. So I was always involved in those kind of things. I came to the United States when I was 16 years old, in the middle of my sophomore year.
Yeah.
And
That's right in your teenage years.
yeah, so I lost many of the things. To be more specific, for example, when basically my teenager life was just very busy because I left Ecuador exactly when they start hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. And when I got here at the beginning, well, it was just became the whole family and everything was just trying to survive, basically find a place to live, a job, the other.
You came with both your parents?
Yes,
Okay.
I came with both my parents and my sisters. The whole family came. I previously was here just as a tourist, like I believe 2 times. My mom fell in love with the country, with the system, basically. And then she pushed us to come after like 2 years of the last visit, and then we came here, specifically to New Jersey because we have family here, not Bergen.
Got it. So you came with your parents and your sisters at 16.
16.
Nice. When you say that your family, they were entrepreneurs in Ecuador, what kind of businesses did they own?
Well, it was of everything. For example, my house, it was also a factory of mattresses.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
yeah. My grandparent, both my grandparents, but they used to sell mattresses, beds, washers, all kind of stuff,
Wow.
Specifically my grandfather, he used to go in a truck that run the whole country and they just sell. Yeah. And my dad had the idea of just, instead of buying it from the factory, because he started when he was very little with my grandparents both.
Yeah.
He had the idea of just making the factory instead of buying it from the people that they used to buy for so many years.
Party, so you're just sourcing it yourself.
Yeah. So he knew the people of the material, which was just, paja and cotton, stuff like that. But he made the whole factory, and we had it for, I don't know, probably 5 years. I'm not sure.
Damn.
But what happened was the whole house got burned.
What?
Yeah. So the house got burned because there was a short on between the washer and the dryer.
Oh my god.
So our house got burned and the factory. So the whole thing got burned.
So out of business completely.
Yeah.
Damn.
But also my father was a different business. My mom also got. She used to import shoes,
Okay.
Nike shoes, Puma shoes, clothes overall to
Got it.
Ecuador,
From America or
Panama.
from Panama? Okay.
So, from what I had understood before, from Panama used to come to the United States.
Oh.
So in
okay.
Panama was even cheaper than in the United States at some point, at least when she started.
Copy. Okay, that makes sense.
So she used to go to Panama, buy it over there, and import it to Ecuador. And we used to, go to around the whole country to sell the shoes and clothes and all of that. Besides that, my dad also was in the car business and real estate.
Okay. Damn, dude, your whole family has been in business all their lives. Your grandparents, your
Yeah.
dad, your mom.
And everything, not just one specific industry, but just everything. Like I never remember my dad or my mom in an actual job working for someone
Okay.
until we came to the United States. Obviously, they started working for someone. That's how you start.
How was it for them changing from that?
For my
experience?
mom, the thing is, when it comes to entrepreneurship, there is very difficulties on when it comes to how do you deal with stress. Oh, maybe this month is not going to be as good, and then next month it's going to be double as good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're kind
So-
of gambling as you go.
Exactly. So, and then if you just take out the bad step, you can have a lot of trouble or just mess it up completely and start from zero again. So that happened to my father a lot of times, not just one. And my mom was just very tired of that. I'm guessing from what I have understood. When we came here, she was in love with the system because she saw how easy you can just go find a job and have something very settled. Something firm and have a salary.
Yes.
And that she liked that idea. And then for my dad was completely very hard. Yeah, for him it was very hard because he has always worked by himself.
Yes.
So when he got here, people telling him what to do and this and the other,
You kind of relinquish the control that you have over your own life, and you kind of submit it to someone else.
Yeah, and sometimes bosses, they don't understand or they treat the employees different or bad or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't like it. Yeah.
Yes. It's very hard to get accustomed to, especially coming from a country like Ecuador where I want to say that there's more, I don't know if freedom is the right word, but maybe there's less control over certain things. Not necessarily freedom that they have more, but they do get less reprehensions. Like in Colombia, for example, I know that that's how it is.
Freedom in what sense? They are not as busy as here.
No, like laws, for example. Laws are not as strict. So there's more leeway to want to try your own thing.
Yeah.
Without the government coming after you, per se.
Yeah. Over there is easier.
Yes. So I really like that your family started off in entrepreneurship. I think that's what really got you to where you are today.
Completely.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Because a lot of people, most people in America are used to being stuck in the system of just work for someone else, and then that covers your expenses and your healthcare and whatever that supports you. And I don't want to knock the hustle, but sometimes for some people that's okay. But for other people,
Well, the thing is, entrepreneurship is not for everyone,
Yes.
And if you want to work for someone else, you have something settled, that's okay. There's nothing wrong about it. The thing is, if you want freedom, actual freedom, you're never going to do it working for someone else.
yes,
Because as you build a business, you're constantly improving and you can have more freedom while you go, depending. Because it could take you a lot of time too. And get stuck even in your own job, The thing is, for example, my dream was always to go to college in Ecuador. I had that idea that I want to go to college. I want to be a professional, whatever, and get my degree since Ecuador. That was a big thing because one of the dream of my mom was to finish her university and she couldn't make it because whatever, life. And I was always in love with engineering.
Okay.
Since a kid. And I wanted to do that. And then when I got here and I saw the system and I started my first year in college, got to a good school and stuff like that, I was completely disappointed because basically they are training you to work for another company.
Yes.
Even on business classes, it's everything about working for someone else. When
That's
you
so
apply,
crazy.
yeah, even in business classes or in entrepreneurship classes, it's when you go and then they are just explaining you, when you go apply in a big company, you have to do this, the other, and it's absolutely everything is just about working for someone else.
Right from the start.
Yep. So basically, as soon as you start in college, at least my experience, it's putting you that mindset that you have to work for someone, get experience, do an internship, this, the other, so you work for someone else.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely not what I want to do. That being said, I'm still in college. I have changed my major 2 times.
Okay.
But it's not about, for me, it's at least, it was, my goal at the beginning was to graduate.
Yeah.
My goal is not anymore to graduate. It was just to get knowledge. So I started as computer engineering, and I got some knowledge for cars, for my business. Then when it was not worth it anymore for me, at least, then I get to electrical engineering. In electrical engineering, I learned a lot of stuff also for cars, specifically for German cars.
Got it.
Now, after that, it came to a point again that it was just useless thing for, at least for my business or what I want to do. Then I went to mechanical engineering. Now I'm in mechanical engineering, hopefully finish it. Hopefully to finish it this year. And yeah.
What do your parents think about that?
Oh yeah, no, they got stressed. Yeah, they got stressed. They're like, what are you going to do with it? So,
how are your grades in all of these majors?
When I started, so in high school, my grades are, at least in Ecuador, used to be perfect. I love studying and learning. When I got here in high school, I didn't know English at all. So that was something very big. And I got really frustrated my first 6 months on my sophomore year. I got to the ESL program to learn English. However, I saw that there was people 3 years there and they didn't learn nothing of English.
Yeah.
So I dropped from the ESL program at 6 months.
Really?
Without knowing that much of English.
And you just like went in the water pretty much?
I went to regular classes.
But okay, I'm gonna pause you right there. So that's the entrepreneurial like spirit, and that's how you were raised. That's what was encoded in you when you were growing up.
Yeah.
And it's that same mindset is like, well, I'm not gonna believe in the system. I'll figure it out on my own. And I think that's the type of mindset that your parents and your grandparents put in you. And you can see it in that, like something so basic as ESL program. It's like you kind of get frustrated by the program, by being in the control of someone else. And you kind of want to figure things out by yourself.
Well, not too much about the control because the goal was just learning English so I can communicate with people. But when I saw that the system was very deficient, it was a bad system that a lot of people were not learning 3 years. Nothing. So that opened my eyes. I'm like, I'm not going to waste time here. You know, I want to go to college. And if I don't know English, I'm not going to go to college.
That's crazy how driven you were from that age.
So I was, the thing is, since I was a kid, I always want to go to college. That was my goal, always. So when I was in my sophomore year and I saw that it was very difficult for me to learn English. First of all, the majority of the friends that I would be with, it was people that just speak English. That was one of the things I was like, I need to find the way so I can force myself to learn English.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. And then after 6 months, I just dropped because I tried to go to like the last level ESL. They didn't accept me because they said I was not in that level. So I went with my mom and I told her, I need you to sign this and I'm going to drop out. And then she was scared because they were trying to make her scared. They were like, he can, fail the year, whatever. They can fail and just repeat sophomore year, this, the other. And then she's like, she got scared in that moment. And then she asked me, do you think you can? I'm like, yeah. She said, okay, I'm going to sign it.
Wow, bro.
And then that's all she asked me. Do you think you can? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to sign it. Once she signed it, I'm like, then the real stuff came because on my junior year, I was actually in the volleyball team. When I started on the volleyball team in the sophomore year, I didn't know English, so I couldn't communicate with anyone. And then by my junior year, I was already in regular classes. By the season, which is at the March, I think.
Okay.
I was already speaking English, and everyone was surprised.
Wow.
I was like, what the hell?
Necessity is a very good teacher.
Exactly. So, and not just that, that's where I started my business too. So in my sophomore year, I didn't start in cars. I actually started selling phones.
Oh, really?
So in Ecuador, I used to sell phones too when I was a kid.
Oh my God, bro. What have you not sold?
No, all right. So
Like, sell me this pen.
So let's just start in Ecuador. I'm gonna teach you, like, whole family is like that. So when I was a kid, I don't know how it's in Colombia, but at least in Ecuador they send you money every day for school.
Okay, yeah.
So you buy your lunch.
Yeah,
right?
That's how it works, yeah.
So they used to give me $1 every day to go buy lunch.
Okay.
With that $1, I used to go to the library of my school because it was a private school. But it was, over there is cheap. So I used to go to the library. There was 5 cents to make a copy. So I would go, that time, I don't know, everyone would look. They used to love Dragon Ball and stuff like that, and get the posters to put it in the room. So I would go print out the Dragon Ball things and just color it myself. And then I would go sell it to my friends, classmates. I'll go sell it to my classmates for like 75 cents or $1 or stuff like that. And then I will make money like that. And I will make money like that. And then everyone knew me because of that. I had a lot of drawings of the, Dragon Ball, this, whatever. And obviously the school, they started to notice this, and then they called my parents 3 times.
What did the school say?
That I cannot be selling stuff.
Man, they're hating on your hustle.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, but that's the system, like, coming back after you again. It's like, why are you...
Yeah.
You're creating those skills that you're going to need in life.
Yep. So, and that was when I was like,
what did your parents say?
Nothing. They were... So, the only thing my mom was mad at the beginning was when they called them, that they had to go in person to talk to them because I did something bad, but they didn't know what. So... because they were used to, my mom is really strict. So when it comes to grades and all of that, I had to have perfect over there, So she was mad because of that. Then when she went there and they told her it's because I was selling this stuff and then whatever, and then she was, she goes, okay.
Oh, dude, this is crazy. I didn't know any of this.
And that was when I was like 8 years old.
8 years old. Damn.
And my sister was doing the same. After that, I used to, I don't know how to say it, canicas.
Yeah, like marbles.
Yeah, marbles. Yeah. They used to play a lot, so I used to play. I used to win, and I had a whole bottle full of them. And then I used to sell to the same person, to the same kids. I used to sell them the same marbles. And then after that, I was growing up, and then. Obviously, that was too little money, and I got other businesses, whatever, hustles, no business.
Yeah.
And then my sister and Julie.
Okay.
She started stealing my marbles and selling them also to the kids.
Okay, so that is. I want to say on that. You were 8 years old.
No, well, the marbles I was, I don't know, 10, 12.
Okay, 10, 12.
And she was like, what, 6?
Exactly. So. You're being 10, 12, she's 6. A 6-year-old, is that normal for them to do that? If you look at, like, in the general scheme of things.
No.
Exactly.
Now, no. But, for example, for us, it was completely normal. My parents would just laugh about it.
Because that's what was in your family.
Yeah.
But if you look at a kid nowadays, they don't have that entrepreneurial mindset.
Now I understand it.
Yeah.
Before, for me, it was just normal. I'm like, what's special about it? That's just...
It's like, it's
for
your
me,
family.
it was just every day. It was from every day. If you don't get money from this, you get it from another thing.
Was money the end goal for you, or was it something else? Was it like the freedom to buy something, or like to make your parents happy?
Well, when I'm a kid, obviously you're not gonna make so much money. So the goal was just to buy my own stuff.
Okay.
So I was pretty independent always. I bought my own things, at least most of the time.
Got it.
Right. So as I was growing up, then after I got obsessed with technology. So I got the phones. We barely had internet at those times in Ecuador. So I got phones, Galaxy S3, S2. Yeah. And then the iPhone 3, the first generations. And then I used to get them. I bought my first one, and then I sold it. Someone was like, I don't remember, but I probably bought it for like $100. And then someone was like, I want to buy it for you because he really liked it or whatever. He gave me like 150.
Oh.
But I was not trying to sell it. But when I saw that someone can actually buy it for more and I can make money out of it, then I was like, oh, this is good business.
Yeah.
Because in the other little hustles or whatever, it was $1. This the other. For the one phone, it was $50.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, there's something here. And then I started buying phones. I started buying phones and sell them. And then I started buying broken phones of software, and I was able to fix them and sell them.
Oh, look at
So
you.
it was better, it was just better to...
How old were you?
I was 12 there, probably.
Oh my God, dude.
Selling phones, it came to a point when I was like 13 or 14, I started selling phones, and everyone in the school knew me for that. And well, that school was high school, grammar school, and everything was there. So they knew since I was little that I used to sell stuff, so they just gave up on me. They didn't do anything anymore. When I started selling phones, even teachers, they started buying it from me.
What?
Yeah. So even
How
teachers
the tables
started, yeah, even teachers started buying it from me because I had good prices compared to stores. And then after that, I came here and I started the same thing in high school.
Here in America.
Yeah.
Where did you get the phones from?
People. I saw that it was so easy that everyone had the broken iPhone.
Oh.
Everyone had a broken iPhone, and here's the thing. I was like, and they used to have like 2 or 3 phones and broken, just iPhones in at home. And I used to be like, well, in Ecuador they fix everything.
So you would send them over?
No. I learned how to fix them. Change the screen by YouTube, just from YouTube. I learned how to fix it, and then my business was first to buy phones and sell them, just like in Ecuador. But here, then I learned how to fix them, and I told them I will come and be to my friends or whatever, how much they want to charge you. And they're like 150 to change just the screen for this little thing. I'm like, okay, I'll do it for 80. And they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I do it. And if I don't do it, don't pay me.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And I'll go buy the screen on eBay. That's something that I saw so much, it was so much easier here to get parts or whatever you want from eBay.
Yeah.
In Ecuador, you can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I bought it from eBay or Amazon for $20, the screens, $30, and just change them. And up to this day, I have still people from the high school hitting me up on Instagram telling me, do you still fix phones?
Do you still fix them?
No.
People are going to start. People are going to text you. Like, yo, are those $80 still worth it?
So I started like that, and just fixing phones. That was the service, or buying them. I was like, okay, you don't want to fix it, I'll buy it from you. You're not going to use it, right? And then like, yeah, okay. And then I'll fix it and then sell it. And then they came to a point because in New York, I had someone, a friend of mine, that he used to sell phones too in New York, but over there is way cheaper. So I used to go on a bus to Queens
Wow.
to buy the phones, 2-3 phones every week to sell in school.
How old were you?
When I got here, 16.
In your parents?
I don't know. I mean, they were working, so they didn't even know.
What? Dude,
When we just got here, even
you're brand new in a country that you don't know the language to start off. Like, everything is different, and you're trusting somebody from Queens.
no, I knew the person. It was from Ecuador.
Okay.
Yeah,
But still, you're going on the way to Queens, a 16-year-old that has never been in this country, to buy phones. How does that look? It looks like you guys were stealing them or something.
no. He used to work in a store of phones.
Oh, yeah.
So he got good prices over there.
Yo, that is so funny.
So that's how I started. And then,
Dude,
for
at
example,
16, I was not doing that. I wasn't even thinking of doing that. I was probably, I don't know what I was doing at 16.
the thing
bro.
is, everything was just for surviving because we got here and it was difficult times. In a really small apartment, we were the whole family there when we started. Then, for some reason, because of business and whatever, something very important, my dad had to go back to Ecuador, and he was risking and not coming back. We were here just with my mom for like 6 months. So one person, a woman, paying rent, food, everything for 3 kids.
Yeah.
It was difficult. She couldn't make it. He was working a lot. So I was helping too. At least I tried to help a lot. However I could. Because she was like, you're not dropping school.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Goes
I
back
was
to
like,
that mindset that necessity is like the best teacher.
yeah. And happening with cars, the same thing.
Okay, so let's go back to that. So you told me before that your dad was the one that was in the car business at first when you were a kid.
In Ecuador, he used to sell cars too. He obviously it's completely different than here, right?
Yeah.
The industry is completely different.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. He used to sell cars and also property.
Why do you say
real
that they're
estate.
different?
At least when we used to be there was just old cars. There was no new cars, barely any of them. And over there, it's really expensive. Cars are really, really expensive. For example, when I was there, I always loved cars. Yeah, but I didn't know nothing over there, at least of mechanical or nothing, just nothing. In my small city, there was only one Hummer. You know the Hummer?
Yeah.
A Hummer H1, there was only one. Here, the car is around, I have had it for like 12,000, 10,000. Over there, it was 100K.
Wow.
Oh, over there, it was 100K, and only one person had it in the whole, not the country, just the city.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very expensive.
Okay.
Well, he had that business, small dealership. He got to build a small dealership over there of cars, used cars. And then we came here.
Okay.
But he used to be on the real estate also. Real estate, selling houses and land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so do you think where did your love for cars begin?
So, funny thing, everyone tells me all the time, no, you never stay with a car. It's very difficult to recognize you because we don't know in which car you're going to come.
Yeah.
But I was always into that. Because in my house, we never had a car.
Cars.
Yeah. Even when I was a kid, for example, one thing that I used to hate when I was a kid, it was that we always wanted a car for the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big car for the family that we can travel, this and the other. At some point, my dad will have a very nice one. And then the next week, he sold it.
Oh.
So I was always into that.
Why was that? Was it because he was in the car industry or?
No, it's simply that you use the car and then someone comes and make you win $5,000. What are you going to do?
Okay.
You know that you're going to get another one at some
Yeah.
point because you know how the things are. So you can get another car. Doesn't matter. You know? would you stay?
Yeah.
But the majority of the people, when they buy a car, they lose money.
Yeah.
If you're able to win.
It's because he was educated in the business. And he understood it. Okay.
He also started on business card since he was 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
Same as me.
Yeah, so I guess the entrepreneurial aspect of it, it's the same for everybody. It's like you gotta educate yourself first, and then, well, before that, actually, you gotta make sure you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely. If you don't have a passion, you're not gonna educate.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is how they say, and a lot of people, you gotta go to college. No, you don't.
Mhm.
But if you don't go to college, doesn't mean you're not gonna educate yourself.
Yes.
So college is good because it teaches you discipline to learn. That's, in my opinion, that's the most of what they teach you. The discipline to learn. Now, if you're able to have that discipline by yourself without going to college or school or whatever, that's amazing because you can make so much more progress.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then, for example, here I started a car business.
When you got here, you were in the volleyball. You were doing good in school now, so you were selling phones. So what made you transition from phones to cars? Money.
So, as I told you, my goal was always to go to college. So when I started looking for engineering, one of the best schools here was NJIT. So my goal was always NJIT. I fell in love with the school without even knowing nothing. So one teacher that's a friend of mine, even after today, he told me NJIT, it's an amazing school. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going there. And like, it's gonna be very difficult, but man, you can make it. But it's gonna be very difficult because you don't have history on your grades on the previous things and stuff like that. Because I came on my basically junior because I was towards the end of my sophomore year. Yeah. So the thing is, it was very difficult because of the language barrier because I didn't have enough grades, and it's just difficult overall. And besides that, when I
the school is a hard school to get into to begin with.
Yeah, another thing, it was very hard to get. Besides, I was already in disadvantage compared to the other kids.
Yes.
Besides, I was in the ESL program for 6 months that didn't look good on my resume.
Yeah.
And all of that. Besides that, when I got here, I didn't have any legal status. Besides that, so it was very difficult because I was not gonna get any financial aid.
Oh, I see.
So I got to get the work permit and stay here legal. However, I was not able to get financial aid at all. And when I got, so I was always worried since my junior year about that. And one time we went to, my dad also plays volleyball. We went to a tournament. The whole family and friends, we went to a tournament. I think we won or we were in second place, but the prize was $400 per person. So I got $400 as a prize, and my dad too.
Damn.
And then
good.
Yeah. And then
I love how he says it. Yeah.
But this is the nice thing. Right in front of the tournament, they were selling a really old car. It was a 97 Volkswagen Jetta manual. Very old car. And they wanted, I think it was 1,700 for it at that point. And then I really like the car. And my dad was like, in Ecuador, that car is like $7,000 at that point, you know? So we were like, wow, that was a very nice car to have for someone for college and this and the other. But I didn't have a license. I was 16 years old, 17. Yeah. I didn't have a license. My parents didn't have a license. No one had a license. Really? At that point, we were just a year here.
You guys were just brand new?
Yeah, we were just a year and yeah.
Damn, okay. So you didn't have a license. Nobody did.
Nobody had a license. But I wanted to buy a car. But it was in the countryside. So I went there. I talked to the owner. And I'm like, I gave you 1,100 right now. And he was like, no, this, whatever. And then I bought it for $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, no, he said 1,100. I bought it for $1,000.
Wow.
But I told him, but you need to do me a favor because I don't have insurance, I don't have plates, I don't have nothing. Even I didn't even know how the process is because the process is completely different to buy a car here than in Ecuador.
And that goes back to like what I was telling you before. The laws are different.
Yeah, exactly.
There's much more.
Over there, actually, it's more difficult
Yeah.
to buy a car. It's way more difficult, the whole process, and to buy a car. Here, it's so easy. Sign the title and you're good.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I loved. I realized that you just sign the title. It's so easy, you know?
Uh-huh.
But I told him, do me a favor. You have a lot of space. What I need you is just to save the car for me because I there's no way of me taking it. He's like, okay, no problem. After a month, my mom got the license. I'm like, okay, mom, I give it to you. This is for the family. So we used that car for like 6 months. And then after we were able to buy something newer.
Yeah.
A little better, not that much. And when we bought that car, when I bought that car, because I bought it by myself, I got borrowed from my dad. I'm like, I want that car. Can you borrow me your price? He's like, okay. And I got to borrow.
So crazy between family, like you guys, you guys just bring that entrepreneurial like mindset into everything, even in the family.
Yeah.
I love how it started with like Julie, like stealing your marbles, and then now your dad is trying to buy the car off of you.
Yeah, and right now the whole family is involved.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, so once we used the car for the family for 6 months, my mom had something better. She was like, okay, here you go. That's your car. And you worked very hard to get that car. Just take it back. Even though I didn't have a license. And then just like, do whatever you want. It's yours. And then we used to live in Gothenburg.
Okay.
By that time. And we used to pay a parking spot.
Okay.
So I posted it in a very old app, 5 miles. I don't know if you know that.
I don't know.
Well, it was an app to sell cars.
Okay.
I posted it. After like 2 days, 3 days, I sold it for $1,500.
Oh, look at that, the profit.
Yeah, so I saw that I made $500 even after using the car for 6 months. And
cars tend to decrease value.
Yeah. So I got it cheap. And then I sold it and it made $500. But I didn't say just $500. I was like, I invest $1,000 and I got 50% in profit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it has a lot of potential. And I told my dad, because I didn't know nothing of cars. I didn't know if it was good or bad, nothing. I told my dad, he knows a little. He doesn't know like that much. He's not a mechanic, nothing like that. But he knows
the superficial stuff.
Yeah, so he knows how to see if the car was crashed, if the car has some kind of issues on the engine, or transmission, just by hearing all of that. So I'm like, teach me. Because he had like his job in Brooklyn with my mom.
Okay.
Movie filming, they used to do catering.
Okay.
So at that point, I told him, teach me on the weekends. And then he would tell me, that's how you see it, that's how you do it, this, whatever. Once I saw it, we went to visit some family in New York. And there was a van selling there for like $2,000. And I bought it for $1,500, the same amount of money that I gained. And I posted on our way here to New Jersey. And I posted it, and the same day I sold it for $2,000. The same day.
This guy. When
I saw that, and then I got really, excited.
Yeah, that brings you up. You're the man now.
Yeah, and I'm like, in one day, I'm like, my parents have to like work almost half of a week to get that money.
Exactly.
Or a week. Some people a week to get that money. And I did it in one day.
Yes.
And
you're like, what, 17 at this point? 18?
No, not 18. I was 16 or 17.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure. But
so at that age, like kid that's getting that amount of money that has never really worked, it's like you get that money and you see your parents struggling, and then you're like, wow, okay, this is a valid way to improve the family situation since you guys were struggling. Yeah.
So, and not just that, my mom knew that I always wanted to go to college, and her dream was for me to go to college as well. And she told me one time, I don't think you're going to be able to go to college, at least at this point, maybe in the future, because from what I'm seeing, it's really expensive, And
Especially with NJIT. NJIT is very expensive.
yeah, and she always told me, apply for that one, that's fine, but apply for like 3-4 more.
Yeah.
That's cheaper. Community college.
Yes.
And absolutely everyone told me you're not gonna make it to NJIT because you just got to this country. You were in the ESA program. No one does nothing there. You're not gonna make it. You're only a year and a half here. You're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but
we'll see.
yeah. And
I appreciate your opinion, but like you've never done what I'm gonna do or what I've been through. So
yeah,
your opinion, it's like there's a difference between getting a counseling, or getting an advice. When you have a counseling session, that person has experience. But when you're getting advice is a synonym to an opinion.
Yeah.
An opinion is useless.
So, whatever. She told me, I don't think you're gonna make it because it's too expensive and we cannot afford it. So maybe at some point when you save up some money after working and this and the other, she told me you need to start working. She was worried about me working, but she wanted me to work with someone, like company, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I already had in my mind, diesel cars is working.
Yes.
I saw only 2 cars, but I see a lot of
the
potential.
vision. Yeah.
And so I told my dad, let's do that and teach me. Let me do this, the other. And I started doing that. I learned. I mess it up, obviously, a million times. I lose some money. I gain some money. I get experience. And it came to a point that I already knew so easy how to do things, And I used to go, again, to New York because that was cheaper over there, cars.
Yeah.
I used to go in the bus to Brooklyn, and there's like Park Avenue, there's full of dealerships.
Oh.
And at that point, I didn't have that much money saved, like, I don't know, 4,000 probably. And my dad, and I told my dad, and he also wanted to start in the business of cars because he knows that business and he loves that business. And he's like, I'm going to invest with you on the weekends. So we used to go buy cars at the beginning on the weekends so we can sell them. But then it came to a point that we used to fight a lot because he's like, I know how to do things. You don't, this, the other. And then I'm like, no, this is not working out.
Yeah.
But we used to put half money, half. And then we used to get the profits half and half.
Yeah.
Business partners. And then after, we just separated ways. I'm like, I'm still going to help you in whatever you need. And I know you also going to help me. But we just can be partners because...
Yeah, having a partner is always hard.
Yeah.
Because there's a conflict of interest.
Yep. Yeah. So now that we learn all of that, the whole family works, not as partners, but we have rules. So everyone gets a little bit of money somehow. Well, at that point, at least I was 16, 17 years old. I used to go in a bus in the book bag and the money, risking it because. But I used to go to dealerships there, and when I started to go, I used to go to buy cars, and I'm like, I used to go and talk to them, to the owner of the place there. I'm like, how long does car been here? Because I saw it like they used to have a lot of like probably 60, 70 cars.
Yeah.
And that one looks like it was sitting for a long time. And then he used to explain me, I learned a lot there like, about papers, about dealership fees, about the reassignments, many things about cars. And it's different dealership from a personal personal title and all of that, salvage, all of that.
Yes.
I learned there, and then just by talking, and then but I came one time at the beginning when I came over there. I told him like, how much you want for the car, and they like 6,000. That's the dealer price.
Yeah.
And then I came and obviously negotiate. I'm like, but this car's been here for like 6 months, and I see it.
Yeah.
And because he explained me one time like how it works. Dealerships usually work with the bank, and they pay every car. It's not from them; it's from the bank, and they pay interest on every single car, even if you don't sell it. So not all of them, but many of them. So I was like, okay. Then at 6 months, I'm like, you want 6,000 for that? I give you 4. You have 4 right now, and I show the cash. Here's the cash. I buy it right now. And you just take off the headache. Why are you gonna keep it for 6 months more? And just break it and keep spending money and interest and all of that. And then they used to laugh. Because at the beginning I would just offer it. And they're like, you're a kid. Where are you gonna get the money from? Until I show the cash.
Yeah. Show me the money.
Exactly. Once I showed the money, they started taking me serious because they used to laugh about it. They used to laugh at my hustle, whatever you want to call it. And then when they saw that I was able to bring cash and everything, they used to be impressed and they used to laugh. And I started making repetition with all dealerships, not just that one. So I started buying from all the dealerships around there, and they used to know me because El Niño. The teenage boy that used to buy cars. And the deal was not just that. The deal was like, I buy the car, but you're gonna drop it off in North Bergen. Send someone of your workers or someone, drop it off, and we're like, just bring it, and just drive it. I'm like, no, I don't have a license. And they're like, how old are you? I'm like 16, 17. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's
what did your parents say when they saw a car like in front of the house?
No, they already knew because we started doing, buying in the weekends.
Oh, right.
And then obviously I switched ways with my dad, and then I started buying. And then we used to rent more parking spaces.
Oh, okay. The parking spaces.
So we used to rent more parking spaces, like 3, to have them. And then it came to a point that they knew me so much that I used to be very, on point, and my word cost a lot. So I would buy any car, and I didn't have to pay. They used to tell me, like, just help me sell it, because I had this car for 6 months. I couldn't sell it. You had it for like 3 days and you sold it.
What were you selling it?
Facebook. Facebook, 5 Miles. There was another app, Let Go, OfferUp, many apps. And then just people would come, see it, buy it. That's it. So it came to a point that they used to be like, work with me. Like, you don't have the money to buy it? That's fine. I'll bring the car to your place, just like if you bought it. I give you for a price, you sell it. And then make some money. I was like, okay. And I started making money. And then one of the dealerships over there, they just opened up a dealership over here in North Bergen. And I started making now connections here in North Bergen, not in New York anymore.
Yeah.
So I had the whole ton of many dealerships too. And then it came to a point that I started buying just from private parties. Yeah, no dealerships anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was better.
It's cheaper. Yeah.
I realized, but the thing is, in dealerships, at least at the beginning, at least when I didn't know that much, that cars are usually good. At least the most important thing is just engine and transmission, because by law they have to give you 30 days.
Okay.
A warranty. So
30 days doesn't sound like enough.
No, if you don't know what you do. Because you only need 2-3 days to check out if, just run it.
Okay.
And then you will know if that engine's overheating, it's not shifting nice, or if there's something sketchy that they did on the car.
Got it.
You don't need that much. You just need to run it hard so you know.
Okay.
But obviously that
Somebody
takes experience.
Me will get scammed.
That takes experience, and I also got scammed.
What was the big loss that you took when you were doing that?
Well, I was pretty lucky. Like, I didn't have that many of losses. But one time, I remember, I didn't know the system again when I was just starting. I was like, it's making me spend so much money on just registering the car for 2 days. Because I need to put a car under my name so I can, I can sell it.
Yeah.
And then that would cost taxes, papers, everything, and just increase the value on it. So I was like, I'm gonna do like dealerships. They're gonna have a plate, a dealer plate, and I saw in a post that they're renting, because I know that some people do it. They're renting the dealer plate, but it was a scam. So I meet up. I paid $1,000. I paid $1,000, and it was just a fake plate. And I realized as soon as I finished the deal and I gave him the money, after like 20 minutes, I realized. Obviously, that's very dumb right now. But at that point,
But
I
you
didn't
live
know
and you
nothing.
learn. Yeah.
I didn't know nothing. So, and I heard from other people that the dealer plates they do get rent
Yeah.
at some point.
So now that you know that, is that actually a thing?
What?
Like renting plates.
Well, I know that some people do it.
So it's 100% legal.
So here's how it works. Usually when you open a dealership, they give you 4 plates, I believe. And they usually, what do you do? They let's say you start selling cars, and you wanna rent a plate, because that has commercial insurance and everything.
Okay.
So they rent you, but they basically add you as an employee of the dealership. So you're gonna be an employee of the dealership. Basically, that's how it works.
Oh, I see.
Because you also have to use the same paperwork for cars, reassignment, and you have to pay for each one.
Yeah.
To a dealership.
Yeah.
So a lot of people does that, but it's technically legal because you're basically working for the car.
Yeah.
For the dealership.
It's a little sketchy though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Many people do it. I don't recommend it. But it is sketchy. You're basically working for the dealership. However, the dealership also, they usually don't rent to anyone. They have to know the person, because they're gonna put it on the dealership's name and everything. So
there's a reputation that goes on the line. Word. Okay, so damn, dude, this is a crazy story. Okay, so where to even begin? That was so much info. So you and your dad separated ways, and you started increasing the value of your business. So throughout this process, your dad was already back in the States. So the money was not as necessary as it was at the start.
No.
So what made you shift and to keep the business growing? Did you have a passion? Because I know that you said before that you wanted to go to school for a different thing.
Engineering.
For engineering, yeah.
So I always knew I wanted to go for engineering. I didn't know in what, but I knew engineering.
Okay.
Because I like math, because I like to build stuff, I like, all of that. So anyway,
was cards a hobby for you, or like did you have an interest for it like any time before, or did it just begin once you started seeing the money?
So I always liked cars because I was always introduced to them. Like, this one looks nice. That's all I knew. This one looks nice. This one's nice. That's it. So it used to call my attention. That's all. When I started making money here with cars, then I got interested more. But at the beginning, it was just a hobby.
Got it.
For me, it was just a hobby because I was like, this is not something I want to do all my life. I want to go to college.
Got it. So college was the way.
So college was the way, but that was my tool to get to college. Because if not, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's a long story, but I got accepted to NJIT with an interview, not even with the grades or nothing like that, because first I was rejected. And then I got accepted after an interview with a condition condition of going to a community college for 1 semester, so they can prove that I know English enough and everything, that I can handle it. I need to get all A's on the classes that they told me, and then I can go to NJIT. And the way was that my teacher, my friend, he got me an interview to show. So another business was, I made a small computer from just trash. Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen here.
Teacher. Who is this teacher that's like helping
Johnson.
you? So
yeah,
I don't know like his exact name.
His
like,
name is Dave Johnson. He's a math teacher in North Bergen.
Okay. And what did he like see in you to like want to help you compared to like other teachers that would report you when you would like start your own business? Like what's his deal?
So first, he's Ecuadorian.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't know that. He didn't know that. No, he didn't know nothing. He just saw that I got to his class, and then he's really someone that cares about the kids. However, his ways are different teaching than normally other.
Okay.
So he usually gets the kids that he sees potential and tell them like, if you have a free period, you can come to my classroom and study or get some work done.
Okay.
So he told me that. But I got to his class. The thing is, when I just moved to regular classes and I didn't know that much of English, and he asked, like any teacher, you know this to everyone, no? And then I'm like, do you understand? He says it to everyone. I'm like, no. And I told him, I don't understand. Like, what part you don't understand?
All of it.
Exactly. I told him all of it. Like, then you shouldn't be here if you don't understand it. I'm like, and I told him,
I want to be here.
I want to be here, and I'm going to be the best one here. And I didn't know English too. So he noticed that I didn't speak well, and I didn't understand a lot of things that he was teaching. And I was really struggling at the beginning. But towards he was seeing my progress, I became, well, not the best one, but at least one of the best students on that classroom.
But it's like what you said before. It's like you gotta look at the percentage.
Yeah.
Is the glass full or half empty? Well, it depends where the glass started. You started with nothing, so for you the glass was fully full.
Yeah.
Compared to other people that the glass had already been filled up somewhere,
Yeah.
but their percentage wasn't going up as much as yours.
So he saw that I really wanted, to improve on everything, and then he started knowing. He was intriguing by me, the way I was thinking, the way I would speak, the way I would ask questions, and then he started asking me questions about who I am.
But I think that's a big pro to you and the way that you put yourself out there. You could have just gone with whatever the teacher would have said, but you had the personality to stick out and tell them, no, you're wrong, I'm right, and this is how I think I should be handling this situation.
Yeah.
And it speaks very highly of your parents. I really want to talk about your parents because I think that really, I know both of your sisters, and both of your sisters are very driven as well. So I think it's the way that your parents raised you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of like?
I was very lucky. I have amazing parents. Very strict. Very strict, but amazing.
Very free as well.
In what sense?
They let you go to Queens.
They didn't let me. My mom wouldn't have let me. I didn't say it. I would never say anything, so I don't make her worry because she was working.
Okay, so I want to give some background on your siblings. So you have two sisters and that's it? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Two sisters, that's it.
Okay, so you, car dealership, multiple businesses. You're what, 24?
Yeah, 3.
23. Damn. Okay, even crazier. Then there's your second sister.
So the Haiti.
Okay.
Right now she's in college as well. She wants to do. She wanna go in medicine, but it's physical therapy. In that field, physical therapy.
Yes.
She's studying that. She's really passionate about that. My younger sister, it's Julie. She's a model. But she wants to be a clothes designer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she wants to do.
Yeah, I want to talk about Haiti. So Haiti, you said that she's into medicine, but the way that I see it, I know Julie more than Haiti, honestly, but Haiti's also very driven with medicine, and she's very passionate. Like, she has found her passion, and she also does card stuff.
Yeah, the whole family. So my parents got to buy a house in the countryside. That's where we live. And over there, the plan was always to sell cars because that was a side hustle that was making some money.
Yeah.
So over there, we said they'll have a lot of space to put cars and fix them, sell them. So my dad gave to my sisters for the 15s money. I believe 5,000. I don't know, something like that. They asked them both. He asked them, Do you want a party or you want the money?
Uh,
And the money you can buy. Obviously, you're not gonna buy whatever you want. You can buy a car or something that you need. And they both said, "I want the money."
Huh.
And it's like, okay. So with the money, you can buy a car, even though you don't have a license. You're gonna have it in 1 year or 2. You can buy a car. Your brother and I can help you sell it, and then you can increase and keep saving money.
Yeah. It's like that saying, like, you can give a man fish or you can teach him how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my dad and I would start buying cars for them, cars that they really liked.
How old are your siblings? You don't know.
Yeah.
I knew it.
No,
okay.
no,
I don't know how
I
those
know,
siblings are either.
I know, but I always get confused. But here's the funny thing: my 2 sisters and my dad, they have the same birthday.
Both of them?
3.
Wait. All 3 of them have the same birthday?
Yeah.
Yo. What kind of chances are those?
I know.
You guys like should play the lottery very often.
Well, it's 1 day apart between both of my sisters, but it's, we basically
That's the
do the
same
same
thing.
day. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, but we bought the cars for them, and then we kept.
Wait, but how old are they?
17 and
Haiti's 17?
yeah.
Or- yeah? Okay.
No, she's 18. She's 18.
If she's in college, she should be 17.
She's 18.
Yeah. Okay, so 18 is Haiti. But at what age does she become part of the business?
15 when
Damn.
they got the money. So not part of like.
No, but started learning and like having like some interest in
So
it.
here's the thing: they didn't have interest at all, but my dad told them, "All right,
They've
you
seen
know
the
we're gonna
success of it.
you're gonna see that we can make money out of this, and you can save up some money, and you can spend it and everything, but you have to work. You have to work. And it's not like we're gonna make the money for you and that's it.
Yeah.
You have to work on it. So you gotta come with us, buy the cars. We teach you a little bit. They don't know much about it. You know,
Yeah.
they are not as passionate for cars.
Yes.
They know a little bit.
Yeah.
And then usually,
know
for example,
more than
when we
the normal
go, they are just investors, to say it like that. When we go buy a car, my sister got the permit. She could drive because we need a driver, and then things like that.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So they both have investment on the family business, to say it like that.
But that's good
So
because at
now,
that age, a
at
lot
this
of people
point-
don't really
at this
think
point,
of
my-
investing.
So the thing is, that's why my dad asked them, "You want a party or you want the money?" But with the money, is to buy a car.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like at that age, most children would say they want to party, with their friends, and so to know that the money is tied to a responsibility, that's even less lucrative as a party. I feel like. I feel like other
yeah, I
children
mean-
would have chosen that.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it. It's just
It's not, but it's just
It's whatever
speaks
you
highly
want,
of your
and-
family and your.
yeah, they are like, no, I want the money because a party is just gonna end up in 1 day. That with that money I can
I would've
buy.
taken the party.
The party is gonna end up in 1 day, and then I can buy the car that I'm gonna go to college with.
Yeah.
You know,
And how old is Julie?
16.
Okay, and
They are
Julie.
2 years apart. Yeah. Julie is 16. Katie, it's 18.
Okay. They'll probably watch this and correct you.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after you.
Around
later
there.
on.
We always fight about this. It's not the first time, so
Okay.
yeah.
So, Julie, she fashion model, and yeah. So, she's somebody I look up to a lot, which is crazy because she's 16. I'm
Yeah.
22. Honestly, I just look up to your whole family a lot. You're people that really inspire me. Mostly your
Thank you.
parents, even though I don't really know your parents, but just from seeing you, I don't really give the flowers to you guys. I give them more to your parents because I believe that that's really
We
what
yeah,
deserves it.
completely. and I give all the credit to them.
Yeah.
All the person I am today, it's because of them,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. You can really tell like how much your parents impact the world, like impacting me, impacting people that are watching this. It's like that really built you, and that's really teaching others how to raise their future children. Because look at you guys. You guys are very successful. You have your own business. Haiti is going to school for medicine. Julie, she's been to New York Fashion Week, which it's crazy. At 16 years old and 15, she started, I believe.
Yeah.
You do not see that at all. Straight up. I've been in the business, I've been in media, and you don't see that.
No, I mean, the first step was luck.
But even luck is like...
Yeah, no, I mean, not just luck. Obviously, you have to do something about it, you know?
Yes.
Because if it's just luck, anyone can. But
Exactly.
she had approach to, you know, go in, what, that was a contest or...
I don't
like
know.
a raffle or like participation, whatever. It was luck, a lot of luck too, but she had the intentions of trying it.
Yes.
You know, which a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
She won, and she was able to go to New York Fashion Week. She did a good job, and then they called her again.
Yes.
She's been 2 times there.
Yeah. I think 3, no?
The other one, she's been 3 times modeling.
Well, anyways, 2 times is already a lot.
I'm not sure if the third one was New York Fashion Week, but it was the thing of Halloween. So
okay, well, something about that.
Yeah, but
we don't know about
it. But it's big, something big.
Yeah, something big.
Yeah, something of that. I don't know.
But so that's going back to the thing of the tribe. It's like your tribe is cars, Haiti's tribe is medicine, and Julie's is more in the
medicine in the physical therapy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then she's into clothing.
Okay.
Julie.
Yes. So
art, basically. She loves art.
Exactly. Yes. The creative side of it.
Yeah.
So when you talk to them about cards and stuff, how is that between you guys, or like when Haiti talks to you about?
Oh, they're bored.
Exactly. But that's the thing, is like even then you guys have a mutual thing, which is it requires the same skills, the same ambition, the same interest in your individual areas, and that's what you guys have in common.
Yeah, I mean, because of my parents, obviously.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It proves that the formula can work in different areas, even if they're completely opposite things.
Completely. Like, for example, Haiti, she wants to go to college and she wants to go to physical therapy.
Yes.
Right? But her main goal after some time, it's going to take a lot of time, obviously, is to open her own place of physical therapy.
Okay.
That's her
really
goal.
Dope.
So she wants to do her own business at some point. That's going to take a lot of time besides, studying, getting experience and all of that, because it's more difficult. It's not something that you can just start, but she wants to do that. And Julie, it's the same thing. She wants to do her own brand, and at least now, she can change mine whenever. That doesn't matter. But their goal is to one time just work for themselves.
Yes. Dude, your parents are crazy.
My whole family is crazy.
Yes. Your whole family. Yes, you're right. Damn, bro. I saw this, I didn't see it. I read this book recently called 3 Feet from Gold. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or read it.
No.
So it talks about what you should do, what successful people do, what leads them to success. And it's 4 simple steps. The first step is finding your passion. So do you love it? You got to ask yourself, do you love what you're going into? Because if you love it, then you're going to educate yourself in it willingly.
And it's something hard.
It is very hard.
It's very hard to find something that you're really, truly passionate about.
Yes.
For example, when I started with cars, I didn't feel that passion. I mean, I used to like it. I was like, I really like it, but I like it for a hobby. This is not something I don't see too much meaning of, It's just, I'm going to be a salesperson? I don't like that. And I would be like, it's just going to be a hobby. That's going to be my tool. After some time, I got more involved, but not just on selling. I was not just a salesperson. I started I started buying just luxury cars, German cars, Audi,
Uh.
BMWs, Mercedes. And what I liked was that they would sell it really cheap because it had some electrical problems that the majority of the mechanics couldn't or fix it or was not worth it or whatever you want to call it. And because I was learning in school, this, the other, I read books, and so a lot of, I educate myself. I was able to fix the cars by myself.
So what do you think makes you stand out from other salespeople in that business that have similar paths?
Before I sell a car, I checked it out completely.
So what's your talent
My talent.
in that area? Yes.
So here's the thing. When it comes to stand out is because I give a quality product. So my cars, at least, obviously, it's a used car. You always have some risk. I try to minimize it for everyone because every time I buy a car, I get it checked with mechanics, body shops, everything. I try to make it very safe and something very durable for the customer.
Yes.
So, so my reputation since I'm a teenager has been that I have good cars.
Uh-huh.
I have good cars that they have used it for years and they never had issues, more than the normal maintenance. That was the thing. Now, what I liked and actually got a passion of, it was when I got more involved in the engineering part and in fixing things that no one can, getting cars more luxury and fixing the electrical problems, and putting some things that I learned from college that I learned by myself, and that's
Got it.
that's how I was able to actually scale more on the business.
So that's your passion, the engineering part of it.
Yes,
Okay. So your
I
passion
love
is the
cars
engineering.
because I love the machine, the engineering part of.
Copy.
I see it just like a human body. The whole engine, the pistons, oil, everything. Oil is the blood.
Gibberish to me.
It's the same thing. If you actually look at it and you start comparing, it's very similar. The mechanics, and that's what I like.
That's beautiful, bro.
That's what I like, and yeah. So my whole business, because it's not just car business, I also have a part business. That's everything. It's in what I have learned. I have part business. I go so, and again, necessity. There's sometimes in the year that it's difficult to sell a car, so you're not making enough money. So I started other hustles, and then since I learned this skill how to get parts cheap, new and used parts, I started this company of selling parts.
Uh-huh.
So the mechanic shops they used to, they are fixing my cars, and they used to sell fix my cars. I started providing them the parts.
Copy.
That's one. And many other businesses, I feel like every single entrepreneur has to fail in so many businesses before getting to the right one.
Yes. So your passion is engineering, and you could see that from the start, from the phones, from everything, leading all the way up to the cars. And then now the car parts, all of that. That's all part of engineering.
Yes.
So that's your passion. The talent, so that's the second step in the book, the talent. And it seems like your talent is more in the research aspect of it, because you love to learn. I guess it's the learning.
Well,
Is a desire
I don't
to learn.
think the correct word would be something that will cover everything. It would be just an entrepreneurial spirit. Because
Okay.
to be an entrepreneur, you need to educate yourself.
Yes.
You need to find the problem and figure out the way to solve it.
So it's more like grit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, when I started, my struggle was how I'm going to compete with these big dealerships that they offer warranty, they offer this, they offer the other. Why would they buy it from me if I don't offer nothing of that? Because I'm not in the capacity of doing that. I don't have the structure to do that, to give
Yeah.
and all of that.
Or the reputation.
So I would do things like, obviously, to start selling good cars, I need to make connections on a good mechanic, a good body shop, cheap parts, cheap and good parts, not just cheap. You need to get the OEM parts and all of that. but that I can get a good discount. With this being said, my customers, when I sold them the car, I'm like, and whenever you need something, just let me know. But not just that, the kind of salesperson that tells you, just let me know. I will follow up with them and like, how is the car? How is this? How is the other? And they're like, yeah, good. It just needs brakes. It's normal maintenance on the car. I need to do brakes, but they want to charge me $1,000 for the brakes. Like, that's crazy. Bring it to my mechanic. He's going to do it for $400. So the benefits that I get as a dealership, of discount because of a business or whatever, I will give it to my customers and I wouldn't gain anything at it.
That's so funny because we started this conversation saying that you didn't have, like, you were very shy and your social skills were not peak. But it sounds to me like that is one of your biggest talents, your customer service, which is communication.
Yes. When it that's the crazy part. When it's very hard for me to.
I never want to hear you say that you have bad communication skills again.
No, not bad communication skills. It's just, it's very hard for me to socialize with people, like in the sense of, I don't know what to talk. Because normally the topics that I'm interested on, for the people that are on my age, is boring.
But that's because you're connecting with the wrong people.
Yeah. But not just that. Even like that. Even if it's people that has the same things or whatever in common, I don't know how to lead a conversation. Now I completely
transform. For example, do you think your sisters feel like they can communicate with you about their interest?
Yeah.
Do you really think?
What do you mean?
Like if Julie started talking to you about a dress that she made, would you be interested in that?
Here's the thing. At the beginning, so I wanted them to actually communicate with me and things like that. And at the beginning, they were not, because the same reason. So what I started is finding common ground. Like they both want to do something entrepreneurial, and I think they follow me a lot in that sense. So Julie started selling some clothes and all of that.
Really?
Yeah. So I started like, oh, we can do this, the other, I can help you with this. Because at some point I opened my business of clothes.
Really?
In high school.
I didn't know that.
It was a failing, but it was a
but
failing.
you gotta fail to find what works.
Yeah, and it was not my passion. I mean,
it didn't fail, it was just a step.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I can make some money here.
Yeah.
So I told her that and told her the story, and then she got interested. So when she talks to me about clothes or something, she finds also some common ground on saying like, oh, I saw this, it's good business, this, the other. And we talk about clothes and all of that for some reason. And my sister the one about medicine, that I don't like medicine.
You probably don't understand it. But it's like you said, it's like a car is like a human.
Yeah.
So I guess in that aspect it's very similar.
Yeah, well, they're bored when I talk about cars, because I talk a lot about that. But for example, she told me she works in a physical therapy office as a secretary. She tells me, oh, this is good business, that they get clients like this, like the other, the customer service.
You're thinking how to profit from it.
So, and then she tells me, and she worked for 2 offices, different business, but the same thing. It's like, it's so different how they manage the business different. When one is way more successful than the other, but because they do this, the other. I'm like, that's so interesting, the way that they manage this, the other. Because, for example, they give some bonuses to the employees if they get new clients and stuff like that. So it's a pretty smart movement when it comes to have good employees and good customer service.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, well, the whole story that she told me, but
nice.
Comparing both business that she work on.
Yeah. Let me take a pause real quick. I want to make sure. I think I heard something click. Okay, but it is good. Okay, it's also good. It was in my head. Because I heard something click, and I was like, oh, did it stop recording? And like, low-key, I forget that we're recording. I get so deep into it. I was like, oh. Okay, sorry. So, you were saying, so your sister and the businesses that she's in. Well, the secretary, how she sees the different businesses.
Yeah. Well, she wants to learn all of that, obviously, because at someday she wants to open, hopefully, one of those. So we find common ground in every single conversation that we can make with them. That's how I can get interested and understand maybe at some what she's going through, because she tells me, "Oh, I work here," and then the other, but I cannot relate because I have never worked for someone.
Yes. That's kind of weird. Well, not weird, but that's very cool. That's unique. Not weird. Unique.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of struggle too at the beginning. You're broke.
Of course. But would you rather be broke at 16 or would you rather be broke at 35?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's just a matter
There's not
of
wrong. It's a struggle. That's what's wrong.
yeah, not the struggle, and not just that. I mean, you can get very successful by working for someone else.
Yes.
You know,
can.
it's just whatever you like.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
For me, when it comes to that, I think entrepreneur can be anyone, but that can deal with stress and have the discipline to do whatever. Because someone that cannot deal with stress cannot be the entrepreneur.
Something else is your
That's what I
mindset
think.
needs to be in the right place. I want to talk about your mental health, and not really your mental health, but your psychology, the way that you approach problems. Because I think that's the biggest aspect of it. A lot of people come across one problem and they focus on the problem rather than the solution.
Okay.
How do you deal like when problems come along in your way?
Testing. I mean, failing and trying. I'm not someone that I know a lot of people that are like, I cannot start this because I don't feel prepared. I don't feel prepared enough. That's one of the fights I have with my sister, Julie. She's like, I don't want to start selling these clothes or whatever because I don't feel they are good enough. I'm like, let them decide. Like the problem is like you're having a problem that is not there. You know?
I see.
When it comes to that, like try it. Just do it. You need to fail.
Yes.
And then you can find a solution.
Yeah.
You know? To find a solution, test, educate yourself, discipline is just like don't get frustrated. I mean, don't focus on I have a problem, life sucks. No, focus on what can I do to solve this problem.
Yeah.
And start from the beginning. Like the first thing is educate. So I don't know. Let's say I don't know. My problem is money, right? How can I make money? I don't have time because I'm a student, right? So the only way it's working part-time or having a business, a side business, a side hustle. Working part-time, usually it's not enough for students. Working part-time, usually it's not enough.
So you gotta up your the value of your time.
Yeah. So if you have limited time, right?
Yes. How can you maximize?
So you have limited time. You're limited to make some money too for a job. Now, if you have limited time, you can maximize with a business, right? Even if you do it part-time.
Yes.
Obviously, that takes a lot of time. But it takes a lot of effort, education, many nights, everything.
Yes.
So it's just finding the approach. I mean, every single problem has different ways that you can approach to it and find a solution. It's basically discipline and constant learning. Being open to learn.
Yes.
Don't think that you know everything.
I love that. Yeah. That's what I keep on seeing. Most people, I think, is that TikTok culture. We were talking about the media before.
Yeah.
About how, you recently started doing videos in your social medias.
Yeah.
And you told me that the video was too long.
Yeah.
But
So
to me personally, I think the video was great. I think the information was perfect. I think it could have been better in terms of captivating the people, like animations and stuff like that, or like just minor things like that. But the information, which is the really the essence of the video, I think it was good. And I'm not really into those topics. I don't really understand cars, the business, none of that. But I do enjoy educating myself, and I did enjoy the video. However, I think in the time that we live right now, those things don't really fit in with most people. But the people that does fit in, I could see them niching towards it and really getting attached to it. So I think it's a matter of finding the people that you really want to connect with, and not going for the masses, just going for your very own little tribe that will really finance your dreams.
Completely.
Because those people are willing to pay the value that you actually want to charge. If you go for Pedro, that's I don't know, a carpenter, he's not going to understand the business, and he's not going to see the value that you're providing. But if you go to a mechanic that will really understand why you're making his life easier, he's willing to pay a premium price for that.
I tell you one story.
Yes, tell me everything,
One
please.
one of the business I have is car diagnosis.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why my cars are usually, I try to make them durable, and I know they are good cars because I invest a lot of money on equipment, on scanners, computer, and then whatever. So I have a scanner that costs a lot of money, $6,000. The majority of dealers are not willing to just invest on that because you're not gonna get it back.
Uh-huh.
However, now recently, I used to fix the cars by myself, just for my cars.
Yeah.
And then dealers started, and mechanic shops used to call me, "Oh, I need programming in this, and you have the equipment. Can you do it?" I started charging. Now, until at one point, my dad saw someone, Ecuadorian too, that they posted a car flooded.
Oh.
They bought a brand new car. They took off the full coverage on the car because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
They didn't think like anyone.
Yeah.
They didn't think nothing's gonna happen. A month later, the car was $40,000 for him. A month later, there was the huge storm that happened like 2 years ago, I think.
Uh-huh. My house actually got flooded from that.
Yeah, okay.
Like
So-
this right here was flooded.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that? We're recording here now.
Yeah. So this car was completely flooded, and it was dragged into in the water like a river
Oh my God.
to the next block. And then they only had it for 1 month. And they brought it. It was a Mazda. They brought it to Mazda. They brought it to everywhere, and they said they can fix it because it's too many things. It's time consuming, a lot of money, and they're not gonna be able to fix it. It's just a total loss, and then which it is a total loss. However, they didn't wanna, they lost all their money and they didn't have full coverage. And my dad texted them. We didn't know the person. They just texted because they were gonna sell the car for parts. They were selling only the parts of the car. He texted them saying, "Why is he selling for parts?"
Yeah.
And he said the story and all of that. And he's like, my son can do this, whatever. He's like, tell him I pay him whatever it takes. I just want to recover some money that I lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. He brought it in a tow truck. And I explained him, I don't have too much time with all the things I have. But I really enjoy fixing.
Uh-huh.
It's something as a hobby.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take me a lot of time. But I'm probably gonna do it. He's like, okay, I don't care.
I mean, I'm already.
I don't care.
Vegas.
Yeah. In parts, I'm not gonna get more than $3,000.
Yeah, and I think that's already pushing it.
Yeah, because the engine was flooded. Everything was,
Yeah.
So he brought it. I had it for like 6-7 months, I think, working on whenever I had free, and I got it completely running like a brand new car. Working on it, and I had a lot of headaches, and we had to buy a lot of things and all of that. But after that, and I learned a lot too, But I had all the equipment and all of that, like a mechanic shop. After that, I realized I had a lot of potential in that. And then I was telling the mechanic shops and everything that I can do that. And I started working in that. And right now I'm doing car diagnosis as well. As a engineer, to call it like that, there's not because I don't have the degree yet. But I go to places, mechanic shops, big mechanic shops, that they can find the problem. And then they tell me, here's 3 mechanics. They're going to do all the dirty stuff. Tell them what to do. You do yourself. Yeah, I do all the theory that I have learned and all of that. I see the electrical maps and all of that, and I tell them, do this, do this, do this. And we fix the problem. But I charge very expensive.
Uh-huh.
And in the beginning, they didn't want to pay.
Yeah.
But after they saw that every single car, they will better, because normally mechanics, they're gonna tell, yeah. So that was the best part, because they had to experience that.
Yeah.
They had to change so many parts that they were losing money. Some parts were $800. There's the other time, money.
Yeah.
For what? For not paying me the right amount of money, and then
Up front, which
Yeah.
is, it turns out to be less of a headache, and
they
you're not even
found out
losing as
that.
much.
And then since we fixed some cars that they had it for so long, other mechanic shops were calling me. So I'm trying to train other people to also do the same thing. And that's another side hustle.
Damn, bro. I want to go back to so we got the passion, we got the talent. So the next step in the book that it explains for success is action. And it's just willing to step off the edge and just do it.
That's the most
So-
important one, I think.
Yes. For you, I think it was necessity.
Yes.
Yes, which is very unique because a lot of people don't have that necessity, especially in the U.S. They have, their parents are good, so they feel maintained in a way, and they feel like they don't need to really go out of their way to try something. So it's where that fear settles in, that comfort settles in. So for you, it was necessity, and that's what led you to want to test things, and then you became comfortable in the uncomfortable, in a way, which is really dope. And then the last part is association, which is what led you to where you are now, which is connecting with different people. But I think it's also what you're preaching now by you wanting to teach other people, by you wanting to expand your team.
Yes. So there's different things that I haven't said because I'm not going to end never. I always wanted to teach other people because when I was struggling, I would have loved someone to tell me, come,
Yeah.
I teach you this and you can make some money.
But I think that wouldn't have worked for you. 'Cause I think you're the type of person that likes to get dirty and like figure it out.
Yes, but if they tell me like, let's say, be a salesperson at the beginning when I need it, right? Instead of phones, be a salesperson. You're gonna gain the money that you work for, a commission. Every sale you do, you get the money. So if you don't work, you don't get.
Yeah.
Right? I think that will have worked a lot for me to learn all what I want, and I will have improved way faster in the industry instead of just,
Trial and error.
yeah, error,
But you're free now. in
yeah,
that way.
yeah, yes, but that's what I tried for so many people. So even
And I
though
think
my
you could have
senior
gotten
year,
stuck in the comfort of just making more money that way.
I don't like to get stuck. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I think once you would have seen the money coming in and you would have seen like how high up it would have been, you would have thought that was the limit. Instead of like now you're able to, the limit is infinity. You can grow as much as you want.
Yeah. I mean, even if I work for, let's say, commission or whatever, I wouldn't have stayed.
Okay.
Never.
Yeah.
Just for some time, temporary until I make some money, learn, and I can do my own thing.
Yeah.
At least that's how I think. I
Yeah,
cannot get stuck with something. I personally can't.
Yeah.
I need to
I
be
understand.
uncomfortable all the freaking time. I need to be uncomfortable all the time. When I feel that I'm too comfortable, I need to change
You
something.
gotta go.
I need to change something.
Yes.
Even that's why I started business that have nothing to do with me. Whatever. I had a construction business.
Dude, what?
I opened a construction business to put people to work, but it didn't work out. Yeah. And then one time I went for flipping houses. I was buying a house. That would have been really good, actually. I was already closing a house. We were buying it for 175,000
Where?
on the countryside by my house, 30 minutes away. Me and a friend of mine, right? That house, I saw a lot of potential to fix it and whatever with my construction company at the time. That I didn't know nothing about construction, but the people that I had, yes, yeah. I knew some people and they knew. But it was too big project because the septic system was bad and many things. So I needed at least 150,000 to fix the house.
Yes. So you would have been
how I want it.
325 in.
So yes. Now the same house they finished fixing it. They posted in the market. It's in 500,000 right now.
Yes.
And obviously they already have experience and everything, so they lowered the price. But it would have been a very good business, I think. However, it didn't make it because it was too large of a project for me.
Yes.
And I didn't have the experience, and they could have gone very wrong too, and
Yes.
But
you're 23 years old, and you have a business that's already doing well.
But I like to explore.
Yes, but there's also limits to the amount of time and the amount that your body can take. So I do want to actually touch the mental health part. How do you handle the having a social life, family time, personal time, and business time? How do you, because you feel like an octopus in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, how do you do that?
Well,
you don't.
Yeah, you don't. I don't have so much a social life. I mean, I obviously go out and stuff like that, but I limit myself to just spend the time that the people that are actually worth it for me. Because my time is so limited.
Yes.
Because I'm really busy all the time, especially because of school. Once I finish school, it's gonna be easier. But
you think that?
I mean, for now.
Yes.
For some time until I get more busy.
Yes.
But it's limiting me a lot. School. Right now. Planning on finishing soon.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I mean, it's just to manage and plan, I guess. Even though I don't like to plan that much, there's people that they have to write things down. I usually don't. I feel like that limits me. That's how I work.
Yes.
So if I plan things like that, I feel like that limits me. However, I have find common ground around there that I do have to write some stuff. I learned that, and it's making me improve, But it's hard, man.
Yes, it's very hard.
I wake up early, and I go to sleep very late.
How many hours a night do you think you get of sleep?
I personally don't sleep that much. I have trouble sleeping. But between school and all of that, I usually go to sleep really late, like 1, 2 a.m.
Okay, so you wake up at what time?
I would love to say 5, but no. Well, I mean, sometimes, depending what I have to do.
5 hours of sleep.
Average, I would say 5, 6 hours.
Okay.
Which is it's good. It's not that bad.
I think 6 hours is good.
Yeah. So sometimes 4. It depends.
4. Okay. Yeah. You need to fix that. I think that's too little.
Depends. But usually I get 5, 6. I try to have something healthy.
What's your eating habits like and exercise?
I need to improve a lot.
Yes. I say that because I feel like people that not you personally, but like people that have a lot of businesses going on, it's always the social life that takes a toll, social life tends to be last in the line because it's not really contributing to anything because your happiness comes from your passion, and you feel like your social life wouldn't really contribute to anything else, and your networking it's also in your passion aspect.
So that's one of the hardest part I think when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You get so involved that sometimes you mix your business with your passion,
Yeah.
your hobby, and everything.
Yes.
When it comes to that, and you get bored. Well, I have heard from many people.
You get
I
burnt
personally had it hasn't happened to me, but I have heard from a lot of people that they get bored because
Yes.
when they come from work, they talk about work.
Yes.
Yeah, and all their free time it's about work.
Yes.
I think I am like that, but it's just I enjoy. Yeah, I enjoy what I do on all the things I do, and it's just always nice to talk about anything. And
Yeah.
I'm always open to learn anything.
I think it's because you've diversified. I think you've expanded in like different areas, so your work is like different areas that are similar.
Yeah.
But it's not like specifically one thing.
Something that, for example, my hobby is fixing cars
Yes.
or customize them now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy that, and really, like some people is the gym. Some people, there are things to level up.
Yes.
To settle down. It's go to the gym, do the sports, this, the other. For me, it's that
Yes.
cars.
So so social life tends to take a toll. And then what's next is sleep, eating habits, and fitness.
I definitely can improve on, and I'm trying to improve on what's called obviously working out. I need that, and eating. I don't know how to cook, and both of my parents.
And that's the thing, when you're so busy, you don't have the time because cooking takes up so much time.
It never caught my attention either. I mean, both of my parents are chefs.
You got lucky there.
Yeah, so both of my
You guys
parents.
are adopting by any chance?
So, and that's where they work on the movies, and I never really needed. Yeah, I never really needed to learn how to cook. There was always food, and
You just ate.
Yeah, I just ate, and never really caught my attention. So I used that time in other things. But yeah,
but it's good to at least I'm sure Haiti can help you with that since she's in that area. To know like how to balance your foods because that can help you feel better and eventually have more energy to perform even better.
Yeah, and that's something I'm currently trying to work on, and I will.
Yeah.
Just finding the time and everything to, obviously that's really important, and I will. There's something I have a struggle. It's definitely something I always wanted to, and I always hear from really successful people that I know. It's that waking up early.
Yes.
Waking up early and go to sleep early, so they have enough time. So waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. and go to sleep a little early, so they have the 6 hours at least of sleep.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, but everybody's different. You gotta find what works.
Yeah,
for
no.
you.
I can because, well, I when I try to get, it's obviously to get a habit, right? When I try, sometimes I have to cut it off because of school, because of this, because of the other, so I can't. But hopefully I will. I like it. I think it's a pretty good idea to get everything done.
Yeah.
And I have done it, and it works a lot. So
Yeah. All right, man. I want to check the list that I had for you. Make sure I've covered everything because this was a lot. And yeah, I did cover everything. Beautiful. This is the first time I made a list, and I'm glad that I covered everything without having to look at the list. Honestly, I think that that's pretty much it. But before I finish it, I want to give you a gift. So I have it over there. Let me give it to you. Alrighty. So it's a book. So the gift is this book, Ikigai. I chose this book for two reasons. One, because I saw that you posted a post about Ikigai a couple months back. And the second reason is because as an entrepreneur, you know, the mental health part of it and having like taking care of your mind, your body, and your soul, I think that's what takes a toll. So I think this book will help you with that. I don't know if you read often, but
No, I haven't.
yeah, dude, I hope you like it.
This is like our thing. I gave you something in your birthday. You would think, no, I give you this, I give you that. No, it's books.
Yeah, bro. Books are the way, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
I would really enjoy it, I think.
Yes. And another thing I want to say before ending it is that you were pretty much like the person that inspired the podcast. Well, not that inspired it, because I had the idea for a couple of years already. But you were the one that told me like you should to take the action. And I think that I wouldn't have done it if you didn't like really test me to that. So, you know, I want to say thank you for that, because you were like, you should just start a podcast and just do it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I should just do it. And yeah, and so here we are.
I'm really happy that you took the action. I really love when people start working for their dreams.
Yeah, dude.
Or whatever goals they have. And that's amazing, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you came.
And I'm very happy to be part of it.
Yes, dude. Thank you for coming. I know that you're very busy, and for you like taking your time, it's very valuable. So thank you, dude.
Thank you.
I hope you connect with a lot of people from this. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the
Yes,
goal.
dude. So thank you, man. And yeah, that's it. How do you feel?
Still nervous,
You
but
told me you were nervous. Are you really nervous though? You don't look nervous.
no, I don't.
You don't know.
I was. I'm still, it's just that I feel really uncomfortable in the camera.
But you didn't even look at the cameras once.
Exactly.
Look, it's just a little machine. It's a very tiny, dude. It's not even a big camera.
But out of camera, what I was gonna tell you and I forgot. I really like to help people, because when I wanted, when I was going through that hard time or whatever of money and everything, I was like, I wish someone gave me the opportunity to do this or the other, at least to start. What I did in high school, and I still do it. It helps some students, put them on my sales team. All they do is post cars and whatever and get a commission of each car by just posting it. And they don't have to come. They don't have to nothing. Just answer text.
Uh-huh.
And if the car gets sold, they get profit. That's one. I help people for parts to teach them how to get the parts and all of that. And he started some business over there like that. So I like to teach other people and give out something of my knowledge that I can help, so they can start something as well.
Yeah, I think.
And that's the purpose of my videos. Actually, I don't plan of. If you see, I'm not trying to sell anything.
Yeah.
I'm just giving out information. How many people that Uber, that they wanna do Uber? They're like, oh, Uber's the way.
Some people, I know a couple.
Exactly.
That do it as a hustle. Yeah.
They do it, or they plan on doing it, or they did it.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely everyone that we know, so at least someone that we know has been in an Uber.
Yeah.
And have heard so many customers, so many people that they want to buy that was the purpose of that video. They want to buy a brand new car to the Uber. And then I explain it in the video. That's the worst thing you can do, because you have negative numbers there.
Yes.
And that was the purpose, just educate, not sell anything. And then in the other one, there was cars under 5,000, I think. None of those cars I had it for sale. I put those cars because I know when usually people are going to college, they're looking for a car, reliable car for 5,000 or less, because they don't have money. And I'm like, this is a cars that you can actually buy. And this is actually good cars that in something goes wrong, it's going to be cheap to fix.
Yeah.
But I didn't have none of those cars for sale. And I had actually people texting me saying,
like,
how much do you want? This? Yes. They're like, I want to see the Honda Accord or the Honda Civic. I don't have none of those cars. But yeah, it was just information, and that's the purpose. Just educate.
Yeah, bro. That's this is like exactly the type of people that I want to have on. It's like you're not here for the money, because a lot of people have also been hitting me up like, "Yo, I want to get on the podcast," but it's like you're trying to take something away from it. You're trying to promote yourself.
I'm here for the code.
But that's not the idea. The idea is to help others, and I love that you say that. And you said that it was off camera, but it's not gonna be off camera because I think that's very genuine. I'm serious. I think that's really the idea. I think that's what really keeps the world moving. Like that wanting to give, to care for others, that really keeps the world innovative.
Yeah, I think karma. If you give,
Yeah.
you do things from heart and that you wanna actually help people, it's gonna go good. Obviously, sometimes there is side effects or whatever. Sometimes it doesn't go as you want. But if you always have good intentions, there's nothing wrong. It's gonna go well for you.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I agree, bro. All right, man. That's a great way to end it. Thank you, bro.